I'm Dana, writer and composer of Two Secrets from Collective Entertainment. Today, I'm going to show you the feedback we got from our audience and how we use that in our production work. First, we use the uses and gratifications theory and previous statistics to help find our target audience. In 2010, 91% of readers of romantic drama novels were women. So in the new digital age, this number can certainly be compared to the amount of women who are attracted to romantic drama films. Also, the main character in our film, Laura, is 17 years old, and her long-term boyfriend Sam is 19 years old. And in accordance to the uses and gratifications theory with identification, we think that our audience is most likely to be 16 to 24-year-olds. And of course, this is our target audience, this is our primary audience, but we also considered our secondary audience. So this is people that are going to be attracted to the film because of the actors we have, Aaron Paul and Amber Turner, or the people that are familiar with the director, Rupi Verdi, or people that just like films from Collective Entertainment. A lot of secondary research was done to help find out what our audience wanted and what other people found out from our target audience as well. But our primary research was based on three very important questions we wanted to know before we started our production. These questions we asked were: A. What do you want in a romantic drama film? B. What do you not want in a romantic drama film? And C. What do you think of our idea? Because we definitely did not want to give them an idea they were not going to like. For some of the answers for these questions, we had two focus groups. One focus group was asked a question, and the second focus group was asked to give statements on the same subject. This helped to make sure that our answers were reliable, and therefore we could use them in our production, knowing that we're going to create something that's going to attract our target audience. So, let's start with the first question. Focus group 1. What do you want in a romantic drama film?
Couple and they seem to work together, but then there's always a twist in the story that says that they're not going to be together, and you're worrying all the time about, are they going to be together, are they not going to be together? You don't know who's going to die, or if someone actually does die, and you're just like, oh my gosh, well, like, what's happened? And then when it doesn't happen, it's even better. I like something different with a plot twist. I love that the most. When there's a bit of a tragedy at the end of it, because you never see it coming most of the time. I prefer the more drama side to come out.
It's like a bittersweet ending, isn't it?
Like, it may not necessarily be the ending that you want, but it's still cute, and I love that. I think they've succeeded if I cry.
Yeah, good movies make you cry, yeah.
I love how the girl's not stereotypical girl, you know what I mean? Like, she's not she's not like, you know, popular girl, blonde hair, skinny little twig. She's like, you know, just plain Jane down the road.
Like real life scenarios and stuff, yeah.
It's good to have that familiarity, I think. If you're part of the actual story, even though you're just watching it.
Thank you, Focus Group 1. So, from their answers, we can tell that they like surprises, bittersweet endings, and unstereotypical characters. Now, a film that we thought had exactly what Group 1 was talking about was James Cameron's brilliant blockbuster Titanic. And yes, we all know her ladyship sinks in the end, but it's the relationship between Jack and Rose that really seemed to have grabbed the heart of our audience. Maybe there was a way that Rose and Jack could have ended up together. Maybe Jack could have gotten on the raft as well. But is that what James Cameron wanted? Let's ask Group 2 and see what they think.
I think it's so cute how he's very protective over her.
Everyone needs that. I think it's a great film to sit down and sort of feel, you know, all lovey-dovey and everything, even though it is tragic in the end.
When I first saw it, I thought it was really creative how he did that and how the director did it, because it's not something you usually think. You think, oh, Jack's going to survive and they're going to be happy together.
Watch it and cry, but it's good.
It was a tragedy. You've also got the adventure and the excitement overhead of it as well. So.
I like how there's like a bittersweet ending to it.
It's quite heartfelt.
He sacrificed himself for her. That is the greatest act of love anyone can ever give, sacrifice. Whether it's sacrificing your job, your home, your life. And that's what the director wanted to portray.
It's a very unlikely thing to happen, but it's like, what if that did happen? That's kind of where the story stems from. I mean, that's the point. That's the point of they couldn't really live together. That's why they do get together.
You have the sort of story being told through Rose's eyes. Absolutely brilliant.
I think the idea is so original and great.
There's always this big palaver about how there's plenty of room on the raft for Jack and Rose to be together so they could live forever.
Even though Jack dies, like, it's still alright. At least Rose
beautiful story, reeling their viewers in with a strong sense of conflict and a Romeo and Juliet love story that's to die for. Surprises, bittersweet endings, and unstereotypical characters will definitely be making an appearance in Two Secrets. So now that we know what our audience want, although it is slightly negative but very helpful, we now have to know what they do not want. We were expecting to hear things like abuse, violence, boring stories, boring characters, and some of these things were mentioned, but there was one thing in particular that stood out. See if you can guess what it is. So now let's flip it over and see what Focus Group 2 don't want in a romantic drama film.
Too melodramatic.
Long, too long, like boring. But then you get attached to the characters because it's really long.
But then some of the stuff in there.
You just get agitated where you're just like, oh, like go for him, and it's just it goes all like out, and I just get really annoyed when I kind of feel the storyline just goes on and separate from what it is, and I just want them two to be together.
I really want like something not very nice, like violence.
Must be a good storyline to it and a good backstory.
First thing build up to them getting together.
Also, I hate the cliche storylines. Something bad happens, boy runs away, and the girl gets separated and stuff, and then they find each other, blah, blah.
It's really sloppy. Predictable, like far too predictable.
If it's too cliche and it makes me cringe, then I'm afraid don't use it.
But I think there's a line between classical and cliche.
When they get a bit too cliche, I don't really watch them.
What's the point? It's nothing new. A storyline that's happened again. It's not original. I'm not going to be interested.
We will definitely be taking all of these things into account. Confusing and predictable stories are definitely not as popular as unexpected and adventurous ones. So, long stories, violence, and definitely cliché endings will be avoided in Two Secrets. Now let's ask Focus Group 2 and see what they think about The Notebook.
It's so cliche.
It's very predictable.
The man,
Woman, get together, happy, grow old, die. Same storyline. It's not different. I prefer movies that have a little bit more of you guessing and you don't predict what's going to happen. What she thinks is going to be spectacular and that there's going to be some massive thing, but there isn't one. I don't think it's very well written. You know, in The Vow, you know, she's got dementia because she was in a car crash. But with her, she's just old and she has dementia.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's quite long-winded as well.
That's
it takes
true.
a long time to get into it. I think just drags it out too long.
So you kind of lose interest a bit.
The whole concept of them getting together, them not getting together, it's way too all over the place, why I don't really like it.
When we knew what it was that needed to be included in our production, we worked together to produce the best story that we could. Once our trailer was made, we asked the audience to fill in a short survey to tell us what they thought. So that's it. Thank you for joining me. I'm Dana Black, and that was what we learned from our audience feedback.